In 1975, two of the Middle East's biggest rivals shook hands, then pulled back from the brink of war. Iran and Iraq. And it was the real thing, a peace deal signed and photographed, but within 5 years, it was in flames, helping trigger a war that killed around 1 million people. And here's why that's worth knowing right now. Because this year, Iran may sign another peace deal with the United States. So let me walk you through the one they signed back then, the single decision that blew it apart, and what it warns us about what's happening today. So what were they even fighting over back then? A river, the Shatt al-Arab, the main outlet both countries had used to the Persian Gulf. Whoever controlled it controlled the oil and the trade, the whole economic lifeline, which is why they'd been at each other's throats for over decades. And by 1974, the clashes had turned bloody, one bad week from all-out war. So in March 1975, the Shah of Iran and a young Saddam Hussein met in Algiers to cut a deal. Iraq handed Iran half the river, and in return, Iran agreed to stop secretly arming a Kurdish rebellion inside Iraq. But the moment the ink was dry, Iran cut the Kurds off cold, and their revolt collapsed almost overnight. They'd been used as a bargaining chip, then abandoned. For Saddam, it was humiliating. He handed over territory just to save himself, but it worked. The border went quiet, and for a few years, these enemies actually got along. On paper, the deal looked like a win. Then, 1979 happened. The Iranian revolt tore down the Shah, the very man who signed that deal, and swept Ayatollah Khomeini into power. But Khomeini didn't just want to rule Iran. He wanted to export his revolution, openly urging Iraqis to overthrow Saddam. Almost overnight, the neighbor across the border went from partner to threat. And Saddam saw his opening. Iran's military was in chaos. 5 days later, his tanks rolled across the border. He was betting on a quick, crushing win, but it wasn't quick at all. Iran dug in, and what should have taken weeks dragged on for 8 years. Trench warfare, chemical weapons, around 1 million dead. And when the smoke cleared, the border was right back to where it started. So why does a 50-year-old border deal matter today? Because the pattern keeps repeating. This year, Iran could be signing a new agreement, this time with the United States, to end another war and reopen another vital waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. And just like in 1975, it settles the urgent stuff, but leaves out the hardest part, the nuclear program, for later. Because here's the real lesson. A peace deal doesn't collapse because the terms are bad, it collapses when the people who signed it are gone. So the real question for this new one isn't what's written on the paper, it's whether the people behind it are still standing when the next crisis hits. And also, it's who those people are, what their beliefs are, and the crucial game time decisions that they're willing to make. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.